Come on in here. I got my tea. I'm trying again. I don't know why nobody's coming in. There's one person, so it's working now. It didn't work a while ago. It just did not work. So get on in here. I'm ready for turtleneck, so my neck doesn't look lopsided. I've got my tea. Where's yours? Oh, that's good, and it's not too hot either. I didn't let it boil all the way, so that's a good thing. I got my teapot, and when we get to be about 200 people in here, be sure and get your purple rags. In 2 weeks, this purple rag BOGO will be a thing of the past. So get your purple rags, and then be sure and get your calendars, the big one and the little one. Yep, you got water, do you, Jay? That's good. Happy tea time. Because we never know what we're going to talk about, do we? We never know. Because I have my trusty little teapot right here. And I'm getting ready to draw. Look at all those in there. More than one. Let's see what we're going to talk about. I'm getting one out. You just don't know what it is. And I set things up for tomorrow. So the teapot's going to the back of the shelf. And tomorrow I will be pulling out of our trusty little old owl. I like my owl. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, this is so good. They're all so good. Clutter is standing in your way. Clutter is standing in your way. You can't beat that with the stick. If you did, you'd get rid of clutter. You'd break it all up. Now the thing is, we think we need all this stuff around us. We really do. We think we need every single thing. And when it comes right down to it, all you need is the clothes on your back and maybe a water bottle. And you're good to go. Have water will travel. So, folks, let's drink up. Here's to getting rid of the clutter that's standing in our way. Used to, many years ago, what was it, 2001, we did something called a super fling boogie. This was in September of 2001, and we started the first day of September, and in this super fling boogie, it was a way for all of us to get together and start decluttering together. Just a way for all of us to get together and do it as a collective, so to speak. And we did this super fling boogie, and you would send in an email with the amount of pounds that you had gotten rid of. And we thought about, I got itchies. We thought about that a bag of clutter was about like a toddler on your hip. About 20 to 30 pounds. So I told them to round it up, and we would get rid of bags of clutter. So each bag of clutter we figured would be about 30 pounds, and we tallied them up. And the first week, Leanne was our mess sergeant. I was field marshal. We had a camouflage theme going. We were really in a military mode. We had a mission, and we were going to do it. Super fling boogie. And we got rid of some clutter. And Leanne says, I can make it one better, Marla. And she said, let me put together some slow cooker recipes for them. And then they can have dinner cooking while we're getting rid of clutter. And we did this. She put together 5 or 6 recipes. And she got rid of People were putting that stuff in their crock pots, and they were decluttering and sending us in the amounts that they had thrown, not just thrown away, but donated and put in the trash, lots of ways. And wow, after the first week, everybody said, "Can we do that again? We want to do it again." And I said, "Leanne, I think you got something here, girl." And that's how Menu Mailer was born. That's how Menu Mailer was born. And I said, "You got a business here." Because people need to be told what to do. 5 recipes and a grocery list. That's it. And then you get to have pizza. And so she put it together. Well, the next week, we know what happened. The towers fell in New York. The plane crashed into the Pentagon. And a plane crashed in Pennsylvania. And we're in the middle of this super fling boogie with military stuff going on. It was almost like we had a premonition that something bad was going to happen. But dinner was in the crock pot. And we took down all the military whole things because we changed every way we did it. But guess what? The ladies kept decluttering because the ladies kept decluttering. And they got rid of so much stuff. Dinner was in their crock pot, and we had people who had family in the Pentagon. The stepfather of one of our members was a co-pilot on the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania. We had people who had family in the World Trade Center, we in the Twin Towers. So keeping them busy, tucking them in at night, telling them to turn off their TV, all of these things help them to deal with a bad situation. And that's when our routines and our habits kick in and do the very best thing we can possibly do, is allow our habits to guide us through this tough situation. And that's why we have to just rely on building those habits, stringing them into routines, and letting them take us to the next day and to the next day. And yesterday we talked about, was it day before yesterday or yesterday? I don't remember, but we talked about the ruts. Well, sometimes those ruts are great pathways that steer us to what's next. And getting the clutter out of our way, when the clutter is standing in our way, it's saying, "Stop. You can't go do that. You can't write that book. You can't do that because you got to take care of me." Well, when we let go of that clutter, we can, our flight is going to be so high when we let go of that clutter, establish these routines, and get things done. So folks, let's drink to eliminating clutter. And this week we're in our master bedroom. So let's get rid of some of that clutter out of our closet that's keeping us from getting dressed in the morning. We only wear about 10% of what's in our closet. Let's bless someone else with those clothes. Let's get rid of it. You know, that closet can say some ugly things to you when you walk in there. And if you have to get in there and grab some things and then leave, then that's fine. Grab about this much clothes and then take them to your living room and start folding them up, what doesn't work. Drink up, folks. Clutter is standing in our way. And when we let go of that, we're going to find what God has for us next. Yep. It's going to be amazing because that clutter's not going to say, "Take care of me," because you'll be able to take care of you. And using grocery bags to get rid of clutter, this is a good way to do it. What's up with the stick? It's my magic wand, Robert, because I get notifications that pop up on my phone, and I can just touch them and flip them up. I can't reach it with my hand, but Robert made me a little magic wand, and I love it. He spoils me rotten. He made me a magic wand. He made me a die that we played Weekly Home Blessing with yesterday. He had to figure out how to make this thing. He had to put a little piece of wire all the way through it. So he had to cut a little groove in there and then fill it with epoxy. And then it's got a tip from one of those special little pins that you would use to touch things. But this was too short. So he made me a magic wand. And I like it. It makes me happy. Yep, we get short and sweet here with our little tea time. Won't be long before Patty and I will be brainstorming about a bunch more things. Look how many we still got in here. I've got probably another month's worth. And we did 13 pages that I cut up. Robert is awesome. He spoils me rotten. So here's to getting rid of our clutter. Clutter is standing in our way. It's really holding you hostage, if you want to think about it. Those boxes that you haven't unpacked from the last two moves, it's time to get rid of them. Just open them up, give away, put away, throw away. That's how you do it. Give away, put away, throw away. And get that stuff out of your house. This room used to be filled with clutter to the ceiling. I couldn't even walk in here. It was my catch-all room, and I got rid of the clutter. I did 5-minute room rescue. A simple 5-minute room rescue. I would reach in here and grab something, and I would take it out to the living room, and then I would go through the box. It would be a little box. The rule was I couldn't put anything back in this room. So it either had to have another place in the house, or it had to go to the car or the trash can. So folks, let's get rid of our clutter. Let's get dinner started. I mean, if you haven't watched Leanne's video from 1 o'clock this afternoon, you need to check that out, because it was an amazing video about how not to make your kitchen blow up when you're cooking. Isn't that what makes us not want to get in the kitchen? Because an explosion happens? We create a tornado every time we get into any room. We have got to stop making more work for ourselves. Let's work smarter, not harder. And getting rid of clutter is going to help you, because you're not having to work around the clutter to get things done. So here's to getting rid of that clutter. Let's kick it out the door. That squatter has got to go. You ready? So folks, you can do this. Leanne and I have done it. She unpacked her whole house within a week. Unpacked it all. All the boxes, everything was unpacked. Because she loves her home and she only has what she needs. And she decluttered so much stuff when she moved. So decluttering is essential to loving what you have, using what you have. You know, it has to earn the right to stay in your house. It has to put a smile on your face. You have to have a place for it. And do you love it? Do you love it? If you just kind of don't like it, but you need to keep it, that's when it's got to go. It's when it's got to go. So everybody have some fun for the rest of that. I'll see you back here. Tomorrow is anti-procrastination day. So if you have a multi-wand in your home, here's what I'm giving you, a homework assignment. I want you to take this multi-wand and I want you to walk around your house and use it. Whether it's in the corners getting down cobwebs or cleaning your ceiling fan, I want you to walk around the house and utilize your multi-wand. You'll be surprised at what you can reach with this thing. And you can also put it on your rubber sweeper handle or your mop handle. This end comes off right here and it just screws right in. See it? It screws right in. And that gives you a pretty much about an 8-foot reach. Probably longer than that if you extend the mop handle out. So grab a tool and run around your house with it. Feather duster, multi-wand, you name it, rubber scrubber. This thing will clean a lot of stuff. I use it on my couch every single day. Every single day. Now, if you've got a popcorn ceiling, you don't want to go nuts with it. A feather duster is better for that. But if you don't have a popcorn ceiling, this is going to get some cobwebs down. I had an egg sack the other day that Robert got down for me. So here's to taking care of clutter. And when you get the clutter out of the way, you can see what needs cleaning. I love you all. I'll see you later. Bye.